Hey guys, STTP straight to the point here. Today I'm gonna do the profile of my Asha deck. I recently got this deck about like 2 weeks ago and I really liked it. This is the Asha Marjuka build, the sunflower build. So enjoy. First, to start off the starter. You run, oh my god, 2 Elmi. Not Searing Heart because that's not a starter. So Elmi is a really good card. Its skill is, first of all, it's a Forerunner. And Act GB1, put this unit into your soul. If you have a Relentless Vanguard, choose up one of your other grade 2 or greater units. Search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as that unit, call to your guard, shuffle your deck, and at the end of that turn, return the unit called with its effect to your hand. So, this is the best starter to use now. You can use Ida, but I'm not planning to do the Noel Inferno loop, so I'm not using that. Yeah, this is like really good because you can bounce it back to your hand, meaning against control decks, it can be retired and stuff, unless you're facing again. Like, unless you get retired during your turn. Next, our main grade 3. For our Relentless Searing Heart Asha. This is very good and very expensive for some reason. Its skill is Bloom GB2. When your other unit with the same card name as this unit is placed on your guard circle, counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. And then its auto skill at the end of each turn, so at the end of your turn or your opponent's turn, choose a card from your hand and you may call it to your guard circle. And its other skill, Canvas 1, Soul Blast 1. When your G unit stride, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one for your guards. Search your deck for up to 1 card, the same card name as that unit. Call it to your guard, shuffle your deck, and gets boost. So this is good for running Marjuka turns because you can give her Marjuka boost. And that is super duper useful to hit high numbers with Roni. Plank. Hey, it's very dark now. Okay, let's put here. Yay. Okay. Next, we use for Summer's Height Flower Maiden Marjuka. This is a part of the Sunflower build. Its skill is once per turn, 12+1. When your guard with a Bloom ability is chosen by opponent's card effect, you may pay the cost if you do draw a card. That's not the ability you're going after, but it's this one. Bloom Vanguard or your guard circle. When your other Summer's Height Flower Maiden Marjuka is placed on your guard circle, choose one of your other units until the end of the turn, and it gets plus 3,000. And if that unit is named Sunwheel Maiden Roni, it gets auto. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, draw a card and soul charge 1. So you can draw a lot with this and gain soul for Asha's stride skill. The thing is with this, it stacks. So your Roni can like draw 5 or something, like if it works. So that's your grade 3s. Moving on to grade 2s. Next, we're using Marjuka's partner, Sunwheel Maiden Roni. Its skill is Bloom GB1. When your other Sunwheel Maiden Roni is placed on your guard circle. Oh my. Oh yeah, whatever. Choose up to a total of 5 of your Sunwheel Maiden Roni or Summer's Height Flower Maiden Marjuka on your guard circle. And until next turn, they get continuous. This unit gets plus 1,000 for each of your units with a Bloom ability. And also, its other skills, continuous, your guard, or the deck. This card is also regarded as a Summer's Height Flower Maiden Marjuka. So, this can be used with this. So, like, for example, you have this in the field, and you call this. So, Bloom 1, give plus 3. And since it's a Roni, when it hits, you can draw one full charge once. So for example, you have 3 of this. You call this, all of their blooms activate, so meaning +9, and they can draw 3. Call another one, +9 again, draw 3, and it skill activates. All of your Marjuka and Roni gets +5000 because all of these have bloom. And then if you call another one of this, the thing with the bloom is when it's placed, when another unit is placed, it activates right away before it retires. So give +9 to, like, I don't know, one of your Marjuka, one of your Rani, or you can split it so like +3, +6, and then for example you give +3 here, +6 here. So this can now draw 4, and this can now draw 5, and both of their blooms activate. So +15 to these two, and +10 to this, because Rani's bloom is red text, meaning it can stack. So you can really hit really high numbers for this. One time I hit about like 70, and I could draw like 4 or 5. I forgot. Next, we're running for Thoria. I don't made in Thoria. The continuous skill is GB1. When it will be placed on your guard, choose up to one of your units, and if you have a Vanguard with ranunculus on its card name, this unit is regarded as a unit with the same card name as the chosen unit. So if I call this and I have this on my field, I can copy this name. So this is regarded Rani until it leaves the field. And then its other skill is choose a unit with the same card name as this unit from your drop zone and put it on top of your deck. At the beginning of your main phase, if you have a Vanguard with your ranunculus in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, return this unit to your hand and shuffle your deck. So let's say I called this, right? And I called this. And copy its skill. I copy its name. So let's say my opponent's turn just gets retired. And it's still here. So since it's also Rani, I can put this Rani back to my deck and add this back to my hand. That's why it's really good. It's a must run in an Astra deck. Well, I'm supposed it's a must run, but many people use it. And it's really good if you use it. Next, we're gonna use 4 Tenacious Maiden Noel. This card is good in some ways. It's triple rare, which is really like weird. Its skill is choose a card from your hand and discard it. If you have a Vanguard with ranunculus in its card name, until the end of turn, this unit gets continuous. This unit can attack from the back row. Can attack a Vanguard from the back row, so it has to attack a Vanguard. And its bloom ability is when your other unit with the same card name as this unit is placed on your guard circle. All of your units in the same column as this unit gets +1000 power. This is good for like final turn stuff. Like if your opponent has like 4 damage, then you can use it to finish off the game. I've tried it many times. Yeah, it's really good. So that's for grade 2s. Moving on to grade 3s. Grade 1s, sorry. Note, this was made before GBT12. Once I get my GBT12 support, I might update the deck list. So yeah, just wanted you to know. First, we're using 4 Permanent Katrina. So Permanent Katrina, with this you can hit really high numbers. Like, I'm not kidding when I say really high. I think that's an understatement. So its skill is Bloom GB1 when your other Permanent Katrina is placed on your guard circle. If you have a Vanguard with an ranunculus in its card name, choose up to 5 of your Permanent Katrina on your guard, and they get +4000. So you might think, how can this hit high numbers? Like, it's a single rare grade 1 7k, you know. So fun fact, I hit 206k columns with this before. So how this works basically, I'll just show you after I show you the strides to show you the Katrina combos, what I did. Yeah, it's really good. Well, you can use Odette, but I like Katrina because it's even more versatile if you already have 3 and the opponent has 1, just so you might think that you can't do the combo anymore, but you have stuff in this deck that can return stuff from the drop zone back to the deck, so it's really useful. Next, for the Stride Fodder, no explanation there, pretty self-explanatory. Stride Helpers, actually, yeah. Next, for Bloom PGs. Now, people might wonder why I'm not using Flower Keeper Dragon. So, against like Joker matchups, for example, Messiah, I like to start out the game until they get deck out. I'm pretty sure that's like a cowardly way to win, but it's really hard for new Nectar to win against Link Joker. Its skill is Bloom. Well, its Bloom skill is GB1. When your other Cherry Blossom Blizzard Maiden Ilga is placed on your guard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 5 of your Cherry Blossom Blizzard Maiden Ilga on rear guard and return them to your hand. So, what I usually do, I call this out with Asha skill, call out with the Stride skill, and call something from the deck and calls out. Use that skill to bounce this back to hand. It's really funny because my Link Joker opponent got deck out. Yeah, so that's it for the grade 1s. Yes, I only used 12 grade 1. And you can use Middle Feet Berry just for like wild cards. So like if you have that in your hand, you can use it to fetch out another unit, but I don't really find any problems with not getting anything from the deck, because this new Nectar and you search stuff all the time. Next, for Cosmo Pixie Lisbeth. This is a really good stun trigger. Its skill is Bloom, GB1. When your other Cosmo Pixie Lisbeth is placed on your guard circle, choose up to 5 of your Cosmo Pixie Lisbeth on your guard. Until the end of turn, they get GB1. Choose a normal unit from your drop zone. If you chose a card, choose up to 4 cards with the same card name as that card from the drop zone and return them to your deck. Return this into your deck, shuffle your deck, and draw a card. This is also like your other alternative for stalling the game against Link Joker players, since you can deck out with this. Really good. In Japan, this is limited to 1, but we're English, so we get to enjoy the having 4 Elizabeth in our decks. Next, 4 Maiden of Daybreak. Skill is, oh, 1's damage, sad life. Skill is, auto, when it's placed on rear guard, you may put it on top of your deck. If you do, choose up to 1 of your units, choose up to 2 of your units with the same card name, and get +5. So, you can actually give your Vanguard +5 on your opponent's turn by calling it out with G guards. And people usually don't know that. It's really funny. Next, for Asha Crit. People might wonder when I'm not using Jaws. I think crits work better for me, since you can actually put pressure on your opponent, because using 8 stands and 4 Jaws, your opponent just like, okay, fine, no guard your Vanguard, because you don't have crits anyways. But now this can put pressure on your opponent, making them guard at 4 damage. Next, for heal triggers, Cherry and Blossom. First, click on heal trigger. Don't need to explain that. Moving on to the strides. First, we have Asha strides. I'll explain this first, because this is like the one who strides first before this. Whatever. Dream Spinning Ranunculus Asha. Once per turn, choose a face down Dream Spinning Ranunculus Asha from your G zone and turn it face up. Until end of turn, this unit gets act once per turn. Choose one of your rear guards, and if you have 2 or more rear guards with the same card name as that unit, all of your units in front row gets plus 5,000 until end of turn. Then, if the number of face-up cards in the G zone is 2 or more, choose one of your rear guards, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as that unit, call out the rear guard, shuffle your deck, and at the end of turn, it gets plus 2,000. This card is good for first strides. Well, if you don't have like Lisbeth, your PG, Roni, or Marjuka in your hand. This is your first stride, your first go-to stride. Lisbeth and Varano for the loop. But I'm not using the loop because I rarely have the chance to use it. so just don't. But this is still really good for adding more cards to your hand because of Lisbeth. Again, Lisbeth is like one of the best triggers in the game. Next, Linjo's Premier. It's a GB8. Its skill is choose 3 normal units from your drop zone and return them to your deck. When it attacks the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one for units. Search the deck for up to 3 cards with the same card name as that unit. Call them to separate rear guard. Oh my gosh. Focus, please. And the units called with this effect get plus 10,000. And for each called unit, this and that unit get 10,000 for each called unit until end of turn and shuffle your deck. To be honest, I rarely get to use this because I usually defeat my opponent before I get the chance. Not too bad. One surprise because of grade 2 gaming. So into G Gardens, 1 cost arena. It's the Super G Guard for Nectar. Its skill is GB1, turn best 1, choose a face down G Guardian from your G zone, turns face up. Focus plays. When this unit is placed in Garden Circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 5,000. Choose up to 1 card from your hand, call it to your guard, and if you have 2 or more units with the same card name as that called unit, it gets plus 10,000. So, this can be a 15k shield if you call a unit and you have the same unit. So basically, for example, I have this in my rear guard. I call this from my hand, and I got plus 15,000, 10,000 now, because I called it, and it gets plus 5,000 in general. So 15k shield. Or if this is my only rear guard, I can call either Thoria or another Asha and activate Asha's GB2 Bloom to counter the soul charge, and this guy got plus 15,000. Next is 1 Rain Breath Dragon. Its skill is when it's placed on Garden Circle, choose up to 1 card from your hand, call it to your guard circle, and until end of turn it gets your assist. And if you call the unit, it gets plus 5,000. Next is 1 Marlena. Skill is when placed in Garden Circle, choose one of your units. If you have 4 more units with Ranunculus in their card names, or 4 more units with the same card name as the chosen unit, it gets plus 15,000. Next is 2 Verna. This G-Guard is good. Skill is when placed in Garden Circle, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets plus 5k shield for each of your other units with the same card name as this unit until end of battle. So, if you have a full field of Katrinas, like this, EG Guard, choose this, it sees the other 3 Katrinas, and gets plus 15k shield. So, that's it for the deck profile. Now, I'll show you the combos in a while. Let me just get all of these together. Yeah. So, here's combo number 1. Your Vanguard is obviously Asha. The light is like glaring. Sorry about that. Yeah, your Vanguard's Asha. So this is your hand. You pay the cost first, right? And go into Verano. You use Verano skill to pay the cost. I'll return this and a wall to the bottom of my deck. Oh wait, this is here. It's here. Call this behind your Vanguard. Then search for Arani, since in the deck it's considered Marjuka also. So call it here. Marjuka's Bloom activates. Let me get my dice. Where's my dice? Where is my dice? I found my dice. So, Marjuka's Bloom activates. So, 1 stack of 3. So, increment of 1. It's actually 3, okay? Now we're gonna use Asha's Stride skill. Hair Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, search your deck for Marjuka, then shuffle. This has boost now, so this Marjuka's bloom activates, so this is +6 already. Using this on me skill, search for Ronnie, call. So both of these activate, giving +6 to Ronnie. And this Ronnie's bloom activates once, so this is an indication of how many times Ronnie's bloom activated. So this is how many times Ronnie's bloom activated. Now, if you have another Elmi or Marjuka, either of the or, oh my gosh! Oopsie. Yeah, if you have these two in your hand, you can call this first using a skill, move it to the soul, search for another Ronnie. Both your blooms activate, so +3 to everything. 15 because you have 5 bloom units. And then call this over this. Skill. So yeah, oh wait, sorry, I forgot. You have to update these blooms. So this +9 now, +9, so they can draw 3 on hit. Call this over. Their blooms activate. +4, +12, +12, and they can draw 4 now. So this and this has boost, but that doesn't really matter. Attack. So let's calculate this. 9 + 12, because 4 times 3 is 12, 21. +11, that is 32. +15, since you have 5, and it activates 3 times. So +15, that is 47. +15 again, that's 62. And when it hits, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge. And this attacks. Triple drive, power, I don't know if it can heal or not. Stand trigger, power stand. And attack with this. If this hits again, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge, draw, soul charge. And this attacks, and blah blah blah. End of turn. This goes back to your hand. There you look how much hand size you have. So that's the Random Marjuka combo. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't. This is STTP signing out.